I will get this started. Good morning and welcome to this week's episode of Positive Vibes, making positivity and gratitude louder in a podcast world. And I'm your guest, I'm your, I'm not your guest, I'm your host, Shane Nikolic. And today with me, I have my guest, my friend Coralee Kulman, who is a Come Alive coach, author, and speaker. And she recently got three Come Alive books published, and she's with us today. Good morning, Coralie.
Hi,
How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing pretty good for being a night person.
Uh, yeah, I I've right on. Um, yeah, I was just wondering, um, like like I was just wondering if you could explain to us, what a Come Alive coach is.
Certainly. Um, I actually got the name from a Howard Thurmond quote, which I have on my wall here. It's don't ask yourself what the world needs. Ask yourself what makes you come alive, then go do it. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. And it fit me because as a troubled youngster and young adult, I thought I needed a life manual because I just didn't know how life worked. And so as I well, let's do a little backstory here. I was molested as a girl. I had domestic violence in my first marriage, and I had PTSD. I was suicidal, depression, and the only thing that saved me was that I felt like I was smart enough to figure out how life would work. I just apparently didn't know because it wasn't working for me. And so I wanted to understand some life skills. And so when I read this quote, it was like I knew that it was all kinds of aspects or components of living, of coming alive that I needed to explore. So I decided to write about the different aspects of life. And I call it, in fact, my second book is about the components of coming alive. And it's emotional strength, mental focus, physical well-being, spiritual awareness, relationship connections, and manifesting. And over the years, I've explored each one of those. And that's what I do is I help people explore those. My whole coaching is based on the concept that we come out of our childhood with what I call blank spots, meaning we have unconscious messages that are rolling around in the back of our mind and we're not aware of them, and they get in our way. As children, especially, we don't have the language or the concepts that help us process what's going on in our life. And we can even have a reasonably functional family and still have messages that get in our way as adults. When we are hesitant or when we are fearful and we don't even know why, or why we have emotional reactions and we don't know why, those are blank spots. And as a coach, that's what I do. I help people figure out what is getting in their way. And I have a trademarked process called personal empowerment process, PEP. And it's where I really delve into people who, whatever negative thinking they have going around in their mind, or some past events with people or events that they just can't seem to let go of. I help them find some learning and some positive out of it and turn it around for them. And I've had many people, when we get done with the first few sessions, say, I have never looked at life so positive as I do now. And so that's sort of the long story of what I do and how I got there.
Right on, right on. That's definitely quite the journey. Um, and yeah, it's um, it's quite a well, I'll just reuse the word. It's quite a journey. Just self-discovery and um, finding the points in oneself that you need to go through. Either move through or set aside or get rid of in order to move forward. And I, I was looking at that on your website or on my email, that little picture bio you sent me, with that Howard Thurmond quote, and it's like I was thinking about that, and it's like, yes, come alive, like, and I saw that, that quote that Howard Thurmond said about coming alive, and it brought to mind the title of my book that I wrote, Live the Passionate Life with Settling for Survival.
Right, right.
Light that fire, open that passion.
Right. Well, the two things that I see people who struggle the most are they don't feel they're worthy of a good life, or they haven't found their voice to express their needs and wants. And you found your passion because you found your voice. You know that living in a positive way is the only way to go, because as I tell my clients frequently, what you focus on increases. And if you're thinking positive, it increases. And I'm a master at picking up little subtle doubts and negativity.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. When yeah, when I back in the day, when I was suffering when I was suffering from clinical depression, I it's like that was what was on my mind all the time was depression and negativity and staying stuck and staying there. And like I said in the promo for my show on here on their PG Radio Universal, it's like, I realized where I was at, and what I was doing, and flipped the switch. And it's like I've said sometimes, like I've said at times before, um, you know, what it was like before is it sucked, and what happened is I realized it sucked real bad. And if I kept on, it was just like I was going to die like that. And, it would just carry on till the end. And, what happened, then what it's like now, since I flipped the switch is it doesn't suck so bad most days, and it's actually super cool.
Oh, yes, I hear you. I hear you. And people don't realize all it takes is to want something different. And another concept that I work with a lot is really reframing what we consider our challenges, our obstacles. And they're really in many ways the mind is saying, what is it, when you start feeling negative about something because something's happened, or you're thinking doubts and stuff like that, it's like the mind is really trying to say, here's something you need to understand. Go for it, figure it out. and it'll go away, and it does. And you know, when I talk about coming alive, it's like taking your baggage day by day, because it'll come up as you can handle it. It'll come up and you go, okay, what is it I don't understand about this? Because I don't want to get lost in it. And sure enough, something will come to me, and then I feel like I've leveled up. And you know what happens is, uh, when you stop fighting yourself, because that's what you're doing when you're thinking negative, because your mind is there to promote health and positive thinking and everything you need to be real well. And uh, it's like learning to challenge those and yourself to figure out what you're trying to learn that you haven't understand, because it's simple. New understanding equals change. And that's when you're stuck in something, or you've got a goal. I mean, the first thing that'll happen when you have a goal is your goal. Well, how do I do this? What do I, you know, you get all this stuff. Don't worry about the how. You'll be inspired if you stay calm and positive about it, because all the law of attraction people will tell you that don't worry about the how, just get real clear on what you want. And I I admire you for realizing, really, a lot of people don't, that it sucks. So let's do something different.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you. But yeah, that's how it is. You know, it's like, okay, it got, you know, it's like in my teens, I got to that point where it was like, okay, this sucks, and I want to die. So okay, maybe I don't want to die. So let's change this and go this route rather than continuing to go down the same route. Which, you know, it's like um, something that I heard oh, millions of times in the 12 step meetings that I've been to. Insanity is expecting doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting
Right,
different results.
right,
And
absolutely.
it's like, isn't that the truth though? It's like in the past, that was, most of the reason I was all negative and depressed all the time was because I was wanting something different, but I didn't want, or at least didn't do